The acoustics are atrocious, 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 atrocious.
Well, who would want it then?
I don't know. There's some weird people out there, Napoleon. Live theatre has always attracted a weird kind of human being. Well, we're talking real freaks here, Naps.
Tell me about it.
Well, anyway, I'd watch my back if I were you.
Why? Where is it? Oh, well, I can't turn my head around that far.
It's a figure of speech, Napoleon.
I see.
Well, give us a call if you get anything to fill my column. Otherwise, I'm going to have to review some ghastly Night of Graduates production.
Don't worry, Tony. I wouldn't inflict that on my worst enemy. As soon as I hear anything, you are the first cab off the rank. I hung up and began to think. What kind of sick bastard would want the opera house all to themselves? Double bay matrons? The Aboriginal owners? Just then I noticed something. There was a ruck of council workers napping on the rocks nearby. One of these drunken sea lions had left their radio on. It was on one of those right-wing talkback stations. Some senile old crackpot was calling in.
And I don't like those foreigners. They're from other countries, you know. It's just not right.
Thanks, Marge. You're absolutely right to agree with me.
Oh, I love your show. I think you're just marvellous.
Yes, I am just marvellous, and so are you, Marge. You're part of the silent majority that are making so much noise these days.
Yes, you're right.
Well, thanks for calling, Marge. Stay on the line and we'll send you a bunch of rose-scented colostomy bags.
Oh, marvellous. I'm due for a change.
Fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, I'd like to talk to you about the new Toyota Baghdad family wagon. That's right, the Toyota...
I knew that voice. The Parrot. One of Sydney's leading talkback radio bigots. Then I remembered that he'd had some trouble with the harbour authorities. Something about wanting to build a giant radio-shaped apartment building in the forecourt of the Opera House. Say, Dollface, you don't suppose the Parrot could have anything to do with this, do you?
Interesting you should mention him.
And why's that?
Well, I was just thinking about that trouble he had in London.
What trouble was that?
Oh, it was all hushed up at the time, but I remember seeing it on the Interpol reports. He was busted trying to smuggle the House of Commons out of the country by disguising it as his niece. Turns out he has quite a history of doing strange things to historic buildings.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently he has a particular penchant for antique public toilets.
Wow.
What?
Someone who could pronounce the word penchant. My God.
Where?
No, it's just a figure of speech.
Oh.
I suddenly remembered. I'd heard the Parrot refer to the upcoming pornographic interpretation of the Barcelona telephone directory by Spanish neo-existentialist postmodernist conceptual Dadaist theater troupe Cajones. What he'd said was...
Nothing short of sheer effluent that would turn the Sydney Opera House itself into nothing less than an enormous public toilet cubicle.
Yes. All of a sudden, all fingers were pointing to the Parrot.
What are you thinking, Napoleon?
Well, I tell you, but the audience already knows, so it would get a little repetitive.
Fair enough.
Just get your men to start checking public toilet cubicles around the city.
And what exactly are they looking for?
Oh, I don't know. A balding talkback radio jock doing something very strange with a large public work.
FBI
94.5.
There was again that strange FBI logo in my head. I don't know. I needed medication, I think. Anyway, I rang from public toilet to public toilet, searching cubicles for the Parrot. Hello? Is anybody in there?
Why, I know that voice. Is that little Napoleon hangover?
Father Fondling, is that you?
Yes, it is, boy. Although it's bishop fondling now. Fancy running into you. This does bring back memories.
Yes, yes, it certainly does. Damn, I thought. That's 10 years of psychoanalysis down the drain. Listen, have you seen the Parrot?
Oh, that ghastly old tart. He's not still prowling around, is he?
Sure is. And I think he's stolen the Opera House.
Well, bugger me raw.
No time to stroll up memory lane now, Father. I gotta find the Parrot and get the Opera House back before showtime.
Right. Well, I suggest you try the stalls round the rugby fields.
Of course. Football stadiums. The Parrot always did have a taste, or should I say penchant, for pigskin. I rushed out onto Broadway. Luckily for me, the Kent Brewery Clydesdales had chosen that moment to clamber by. I stopped him and explained to the toothless old wagon driver that I would have to commandeer the vehicle.
Well, you just be careful with old Bessie there. She retires in 2 days.
Don't worry. I'll treat them as if they were my own children. In no time at all, I was whipping the old nags down Parramatta Road. Get it up! Get it up! Come on! Fucking come on! Till eventually, we galloped onto the field at Stadium Australia. Unfortunately, there was a rugby match on as we tore up the turf. And despite my delicate pleas to get out of the way, you necklace inbred freaks, we trample a few players on our way through. Luckily, the crowd adored our display of senseless violence and responded with a cheer and a Mexican wave. The Clydesdale stopped suddenly, throwing me from the wagon into the change room, where I landed on the floor with a sticky thud. That's a sticky thud. As the old horses scraped the remnants of footy yob from their hooves, I heard a sound from a distant cubicle and knew that more than one game was over. The jig is up, Parrot!
So, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you got the Opera House in there.
Don't be ridiculous, it'd never fit.
Don't try and trick me, Parrot. I can see one of the sails coming out of the top of the cubicle.